Good evening, guys. Welcome. It is another Wednesday night in this year that rolls by, and it is round 18 of the Zenith F1 Esports live here at Silverstone. The race that never ran because of good old Codemaster issues last time by. So Silverstone replaces the USA, and after this there are just two races left, Mexico and Brazil, and Season 1 of the IRC is done. Today should be the day that we see Matt 2 crowned as champion. The champagne is on ice. The trophy is on standby. Matt 2 is on the brink, on the very brink, and his nearest rival, Granty Boy, unfortunately is going to be a doubt for qualifying. He should join for the race to give us all 20 cars in the race. However, it's all in Matt 2's hands as we get ready for qualifying one. As you can see, a healthy full grid of some fantastic esport races. I'll pick out a debutant very shortly who you may recognise there, who is very much looking forward to seeing at the front end of the grid and possibly a challenger for Map 2 next season. Talking of next season, is set for Season 2 next year. The first Wednesday of next year, Season 2 will start in Australia on the 6th of January, and the draw for that is coming up very soon. We do have 20 drivers lined up for next season and reserves as well, all ready to go and find out who will be their teammates, and most importantly, what team will they be in for next season. That is coming up very soon. You should find out for the season finale in Brazil in a couple of weeks' time. However, we've still got a championship to wrap up, and that is Matt 2's, who will receive a nice shiny trophy for his surely championship victory in the making. And of course, second and third will receive medals, and second in the championship, Granty Boy, hopefully will be here for qualifying a bit later on. Third in the championship, of course, is Yor, who's had to take some time out away from the game. And if he is watching, Yor, we wish you all the very best, mate. He could hold on to third in the championship. It's not inconceivable at all that Yor could hold out for third place and himself a beautiful bronze medal in the post on its ways to Greece. 3 rounds to go. We'll see. We're on board with a driver who has had a fantastic... In fact, Granty Boy has joined. Hey, look at that. We might get everybody in for qualifying one. We might even get Granty Boy trying to deny Matt 2 the championship for one more round. We'll see. Of course, Matt 2 winning last time out in a fantastic race. Jamie 1, just saying, has had a fantastic second half of the season. Really has come alive, finally used to no traction control, has got to grips with the car, and it bodes well for Season 2 for Jamie 1, of course, as I keep saying, as you all well know, 2-time runner-up to Slim and Deneen. Of course, his teammate, Oside Nova, sadly not racing tonight, a few connection issues, may miss next week as well. However, we all hope that Oside will be back for the finale in Abu Dhabi. Oside Nova has sights firmly set on a top 10, which would be a fantastic achievement. Lennon says let's go. Hopefully better luck for Lennon this time. I was gutted. Unfortunately, a collision with Crazy Power took him out of the Grand Prix in a fantastic position. Oh, Jamie Wood's binned it and he's gone. Has he lost a wheel? No, he has survived in Cop's Corner on the exit. Somehow the tethers have done their job on the wheels and he's still going. That was a big impact on the exit of Copse. Got on the curb and just a snap of oversteer. And I was just saying how Jim Wall's been getting used to the no traction control, and bang! Into the wall. Nose cone gone. Frisky Biscuit says forecast seems dry for the race. Unusual for a November winter race, or December as we're in now. If I said Nova says has fun tonight, guys, yeah, we hope, as I was saying, to see him in Abu Dhabi. So he's done. What about Shumi Garcia, the Portuguese driver, as Frisky goes top with a 1:25.9. The Welshman man set a time so far. Shumi Garcia, the Portuguese driver, back. Just seeing if... Yeah, he is. We'll get to him shortly, of course. You recognise great nationality, mixed nationalities. Greece, UK, of course, Netherlands, Portugal, France, and add to the list, Germany, because there is a name familiar with many in esports. LR Lyronix, a man who brings, well, a lot of promise from what we've heard. He's just starting his flying lap now, down to start finish straight into Turn 1, flat out in these cars on board gear 8. Yes, flat out. This is a man who is hearing could challenge at the sharp end of the grid. Dan Murphy. Dan Murphy, by the way, I believe is the only driver realistically who can take third off your in the post. So on board with the German driver, first ever German to be racing in Zenith. And of course we've got, sorry, I forgot Italy as well. We've got Italian Crazy Power and Jonathan Cox, half Italian heritage as well. Great mixed nationalities in there. So on board with the German driver coming down the old national straight, what used to be, of course, the start-finish straight into Cox Corner. We just saw Jamie lose it. That looks nicely balanced. Well, that looks quick. Slim from Shumi Garcia, from Frisky, from Dan Murphy so far. Frisky has improved this time. Good to see. Through Maggots and Beckett's, one of the best sequences of corners in the world and any track around the world. Down Hanger Straight he comes. Frisky Seed's on 2 laps on those softs. Has got himself a competitive time. Him and Shumi Garcia look very locked together. Round Stowe Corner, fantastic camera action there as we get to see these cars in full swing now through the very slow club corner. One of the slowest parts of the track around the last corner, down the start, finishing straight, and into second place, just behind, as T7 is out, just behind Slim. So good opening lap to Zenith career. And looks like Tissam Morales, one of our reserve drivers, with a couple of points to his name so far this season, has retired. Taking back up there, there's Matt, who had a good outing in Japan. Of course, he's getting used to traction control as well in the AlphaTauri, teammate to Lucas. Had a really good outing in Japan, was running in the points for a while. Sadly, kept getting caught out at the hairpin, the high traction zone, which he just couldn't quite get used to and get to grips with. And unfortunately for Matt, he was out. So here he comes through Stowe Corner now. So T-Sammy's gone, so only 3 more spaces left to run. And of course, the reigning IRC Super League champion, although I believe not for long, because Max looks like he's got the IRC championship pretty much wrapped up at the moment now, doesn't he? But T-Sammy will start from the back of the grid. So to get out to Q1, can Matt get himself there? So let's go on board as we've got Slim from Simon as he's jumped. The Frenchman's jumped into 3rd place. We've got UK, Germany, France, Greece, Portugal, Wales, all in the top 6. Great to see. As I said, the mixed nationalities in there, and none of the Dutch guys have got going yet either. So let's see what Matt can do. Come around to the Wellington Straight. He comes on board as he'll go into Luffield, Woodcote and Luffield. Here he comes now. Great place to watch these cars in real life. If you ever get to Silverstone, this is a wonderful place to see them at this complex. Round Luffield goes Matt, hugging. That's a good exit from there from Matt. This track isn't too bad for the known traction control users at all. Only really the problems are going to come in sector 1 and the last little corners. Emerson Hilton goes fastest. Of course, we missed him last time out in Japan. Great to see Emerson Hilton back at the top of the timesheet, and it's looking close already. Nothing between Emerson, Slim, and Lyronix. So I'm going to have to get used to Lyronix. I'm rubbish with names, as you all know. It takes a while to get used to, but already a top 4, separated by 0.2 of a second. What can Matt do down Hanger Straight now into Stowe Corner? Round he comes. This corner is nearly flat nowadays. It's the amount of downforce these cars carry is unbelievable. Into Club Corner. Through Vale into Club now. Around the last couple of corners. Clumsy set of corners, easy to get wrong. Where does Matt put himself? Nice into 9th place. Just behind Dan Murphy. Wow, on this field already. Separate by just 1.3 seconds. Let's go on board with the Italian driver Crazy Power, who's also had a really good second half of the season, and a driver who would as well be looking at a possible top 5 in the championship. 77 points for Crazy Power so far. Great to see him out there in the Red Bull. As I said, really good. Oh, and invalidates. Invalidation is and quickly changes his mind and brings it into the pits. And that is rotten luck for the Italian. You get around a whole lap flat out, all to be ruined by just running wide on the curve. Jamie Wan's going to 5th place. What about Lucas? The other AlphaTauri is one of the Alfa Romeos. I think it's Shumigar. In fact, it's Emerson Hilton in the pit. So here's Lucas, who finally got it together in Japan. However, into 10th place he goes, and the top 10 separated by just over half a second. This is incredible. BP's gone 6th, Flying Soz, his Mercedes teammate, into 7th. Wow, we could have a real tussle here of who gets out of Q1. at the moment. Incredibly close. What about New Life, the Greek reserve driver at the moment? Here he comes. Where can he get himself into the mix? Round Cop's corner he comes. One of the Hasses in the background. Where is Matt 2, our championship leader, our champion-elect? Surely he's just going through Magnus and Beckett. In fact, he's just ahead of us. But we're on board with the Renault of New Life at the moment. Jacob out there as well. Jonathan Cox may have done a run and gone back in the pits. He may have validated as well. And of course, Lennon just biding his time in the pits as well. This is going to be close, folks. We haven't had a Q1 this close in a long, long time. Dan Murphy, 4 laps on those softs. I wonder if Dan Murphy's got fuel in that car and just trying out a race setup, because I know full well Dan Murphy is quicker than that. These times are close, and where is New Life going to feed himself into? Round the last couple of corners, round club he comes over the start finishing straight. It comes straight at you, and he goes 13th, 1.4 off. This is going to be intriguing. Jacob just coming through Cop's corner. Of course, we know Jacob is mighty on 1 lap. He's a qualifying specialist. It's the races he slightly comes apart, and penalties as well can undo him. Look at the tops. The top 9, the top 10. Top 10 now separated by just half a second because Lucas jumps into 5th. Unbelievable. Top 10 separated by just over half a second. Jacob invalidates. Just saying penalties are a problem. Matt 2, the championship leader, invalidate his first lap. He's going round again. Can he get himself in that mix? Quite incredible. A 1:24.5 lap time. Great to see Shumi Garcia, Frisky Biscuit up in there, the sharp end. Just 6/10 off, I tell you what. That's huge gains and improvements for Shumi and Frisky. Of course, talking to Shumi, Mick Schumacher, of course, news today. Worst kept secret in F1, but he'll be racing in the Haas next year. The Schumacher name is back in Formula 1. Not just on our grid. Matt 2 looks to have this nicely done. He's got a racing point just ahead of him. That's Jonathan Cox about to start a flying lap now, but Matt 2 looks to have this under control. The clock is ticking. 23, 24, and top of the timesheets goes the championship leader. The Dutchman has got himself up there and in great position, while Granty Boy may and probably will start from the back of the grid for this race. Lennon on a fly. What about Jonathan Cox then? We just saw him. So Matt out there. Dan Murphy's got himself into 12th now, but 5 laps of probably heavy fuel on that McLaren. He can go a lot quicker. This, I don't think many drivers are going to feel comfortable. I'm pretty sure even Slim and Laronix and Simon there in 3rd, 4th and 5th will have Anaya as the track rubbers in. I don't think they're going to feel too comfortable just yet. They're going to see how these laps play out. What about Jonathan Cox, a driver who was cruelly denied his first podium of the season last time out in Japan? It was great to see Jonathan Cox, however, fighting back at the front of the grid, where we expected him really, where he should be more often. Gets a lovely tow from his teammate Jamie and at Purple mid-off sector. So what is Jonathan Cox doing here? Is he about to plunge himself to the top of the timesheets as well? Jacob's done 2 laps and they're both invalidated. Crazy Power back out there. Lennon on a flying lap as well. We have lost T. Sammy. We have lost Granty Boy. Who else are we going to lose? And into 5th place. As unfortunately Granty Boy's there for a session. Hopefully Granty Boy can get back in, but into 5th place goes Jonathan Cox here. He'll be happy with that and sticks himself in that incredible cluster of cars. BP has done 3 laps. He's invalidated this one. So what about Jacob under some extreme pressure here? I would not have had this. Who was that jumping up as well? Someone's made a bit of a gain. Crazy Power into 10th place. The Italian driver in the top 10, and again the times are incredibly close. Just 1 second separates the top 14. Dan Murphy's getting quicker on those soft tyres. Granty Boy, can Granty Boy get himself into Q1? Here comes Jacob. This looks better from the Englishman. We know he could be a potential challenger for pole position. Matt is out there as well. We'll cut to him very shortly. Jacob goes second, just off Matt 2, and the track is definitely rubbing in. What about Bilton Matt? So Jacob does unleash that potential of the Williams. Now can Matt, needs to find half a second improvement. It's him and New Life. In fact, he pits, so he will quickly bolt on a new set of softs and try and go again. New Life is out there now. He's on the bubble. Frisky Biscuit, who was that jumping right up? That was Lennon. Lennon's done a great job. They're 11th place. There he is. And the higher up he qualifies, the more likely we're going to see him in a great position at the end of lap 1. The best starter in esports, I'm going to say that hands down. He averages, we worked this out, he averages 5 positions, average 5 position gain in the first 3 laps of races. Average 5. Unbelievable by Lennon. Flying Soz losing the rear there. Coming, where is Flying Soz on track? Wellington Straits, who's coming out of the village section. Shumi Garcia out there as well. Frisky out there. It's gone ball with the Welshman here. And he's way up on his sector's time. The Welshman who had his best outing. In fact, he blew some rare points last time out in Japan because he was set for, without doubt, his best race of the season. He blew points late on, but he's getting more and more competitive as the races tick by. Now, he just needs a 1/10 of a second improvement, would push him up 2 places. Can he find just a 1/10 or 2? It would make a massive difference and surely get him into Q2. Dan Murphy's done. So he's out as well. Dan Murphy's done and out. So it's Bill to Matt, it's New Life, and it's Frisky, and Shumi Garcia, and Flying Soz. Did not expect to see him struggling down there. Oh no, Flying Frisky's 2/10 down in his own personal best. He is 15th and on the bubble. Can he find any time at all coming around Stowe? In fact, I think he's backed out of it. He has backed out of it. I wonder if he's preparing to go again. So let's go to New Life, who's flying around Cops Corner and invalidated. And I'm not sure if he'll get round in time. So that could be that could be New Life, unfortunately, out. Here comes Matt building up to a flying lap now. So I'm pretty sure we've lost Dan. Both McLarens will start at the back with Granty, but I tell you what, that's a hell of a back of the grid as the drivers are now retiring, feeling more comfortable. Frisky has gone again. He's more up to full speed now. That's Shumi Garcia. He's up at his own personal best time according to the sector times there. Flying Soz still can't improve. That would be a shock as well. He's just behind Shumi Garcia. So 34 seconds left. New Life is out. So it's between Matt and Frisky. Lennon done. Good 11th place for him. The times. The top 15 are separated by a second. And I'll tell you what, Frisky would be gutted to be just 1 second off the top and be eliminated. Can Shumi Garcia improve any inch of time? On board with the Portuguese driver now. Hugs the apexes. That looks neat from the Portuguese driver. Looks good. Hugs the inside cap. Does he improve? Yes! And he pushes Flying Soz down. And the pressure now is on Frisky and Bill to Matt. Who are we going to lose? Here comes Frisky. Matt is a bit further behind on the lap. We'll go to him very, very shortly. Shumi Garcia through. That is fantastic stuff. What about Frisky Biscuit? He improves slightly. And he is just behind Flying Soz, who is also done, so it's all down to Matt. He's got to find quite a lot of chunk of time. Frisky Biscuit, that's his best qualifying. He's never been within 0.8 of a second off the top, so he's doing personal best, but now he waits. We're waiting for a sector 2 time for Matt. We're going to get one shortly because through, let's go on board through Maggots and now Beckett's. And he's invalidated. He's invalidated. Just a wheel over the curb is too much. And Matt is out. And he was 4 tenths up as well. Matt was in for a big improvement. But he is out of qualifying 1 with Dan Murphy, with New Life and T. Sammy and Granty Boy, who will start at the back. And Matt would be gutted because he was flying around as well. Top 16 separated by 1 second. That's how we like it. Flying Soz left the session. Hopefully Flying Soz can get back in the session. Well, how about that for a start? What a start to the event this is. Some of the drivers are saying there's Jeff's telling them rain, but there's not on the radar. It is getting overcast. Look at the skies, just getting a bit overcast. So yeah, possible rain. Because we saw that in Japan, didn't we? Q3 absolutely hammered down. Oh, I believe Matt has not loaded his setup. According to the driver's chat, it looks like Matt has forgot to load his setup. Oh, man, that's awkward. But there we go. So we lose Dan Murphy, we lose Bill and Matt, New Life, and T. Sammy, and Granty Boy second in the championship. Of course, Granty Boy will be at the back, and that is some elite names down there. I'll be back shortly, guys. Won't be a second. Amazon delivery at 8 o'clock at night. What is that about? Commitment. Right, so, yeah, Matt looks pretty peed off. Yeah, he has not got his setup loaded up. That's a real shame. And look at that, the sky is looking a lot more overcast as well. But what a shame for Matt. That's pretty gutting. But I tell you what, in the race with fuel, of course, and that's not going to be too bad. That's not a disaster for the first half of the race anyway. Frisky Biscuit says that was tight, Christ, yeah, and he is through for the second race running. The Welshman, with only 5 points to his name so far this season, is through into Q2. And I'll tell you what, Shimi Garcia, who also just has the 5 points to his name, is also through. So the battle there, the intense battle just to break into the top 20 of the championship between Shumi and Frisky, intensifies. They have both made it to Q2 as a whole. I tell you what, I think the rain is on the way because everybody is making their way out on track. Let's have a look at tyres. I can't imagine, well, mediums. If rain's on the way and if they mess up this medium run, Slim's not taking any chances. He's on soft, but Jacob and Simon, two Williams drivers on medium tyres. Frisky on the mediums as well. Shumi on softs, Matt 2 on softs. Lennon on the medium tyres. Who was the first man out? I think it was Jonathan Cox, who is in the racing point. The eagle-eyed among you will realise that, whoa, he's not in a run-o. He was due to be out, Jonathan Cox. Now he's jumped in last minute again. Harry says, perfect excuse from Matt. Matt too says he's a real racing driver. And Lennon says, average 5 positions, happy with that. Got to be happy with that. It's incredible working it out. Right, Q2, strap yourselves in. If it's Q1, anything like Q1, this is going to be close. Really close at that. Only BP and Flying Saws left. In fact, BP's out there now, so it's just Flying Saws left in the pits. And if it does rain, there's yellow flags, I imagine, for traffic, and you can see them all backing up there. I'm just going to try and get one of the shot. Yeah, there's Matt 2, and look at the traffic jam we got there. Williams, Renault, and then we've got a Haas backing up the Ferraris. I think Emerson Hilton's in there. He's just coming around Stone now, and he's going to see... Sorry, he's going through Maggots and Beckett's. It's Shumi Garcia who's at the back of this train, but we've got Kaz AlphaTauri there as well. That'll be Lucas. So as you can see on the driver tracker, the cars are a little bit stuck together. Jonathan Cox has invalidated already, so that's not gone well for him so far. What about the debutant? The man who will be on the grid next season as well. He was right up there in the top 5 in Q1, the German driver, Leronix. Coming down the national straight into the infamous Cops corner, which just feels incredible in these cars. The amount of, I tell you what, he gives the exit a pretty wide berth. Didn't even go near the curbs. Of course, we saw Jamie Wan put it in the wall on the Cops corner now through this fantastic sequence of corners of Maggots and Beckett's. And already he's done. He's through and onto the hangar straight. Obviously a purple medal sector. He's got the racing point of Jonathan Cox ahead of him. So a nice mix of mediums and softs so far, with 11.5 minutes to go, and Leronix is going to set the first competitive time. Jonathan Cox pits in, a big lock up there from Leronix on the medium tyres. Round the last couple of corners, round club he comes, and it is a 1:25.2, and that is a decent time of medium tyres, as somebody crossed the line and invalidated. There goes Matt 2. It was Jacob again invalidating, and he's gone fastest with a 24.5. Simon will be disappointed with that one. French driver there in third place. Slim pops himself fastest by a 10th on the soft tyres as well. Flying Soz is out there, I'm glad to report. Shumi Garcia's got himself into 5th. Lucas puts himself 4th times flying in now. As Leronix now is in 3rd, so Shumi Garcia 5th. Lennon into 6th and is beating Simon. What about Crazy Power? Here comes the Italian now into the final couple of corners, into into Club. Come on, should know these corners at the back of my hand. Yellow flag. Oh, there's a Mercedes miles off the track. It's the other Merc. It's BP, and oh, he's just kicked the wall as well. What's he doing out there? It's through Maggots and Beckett's. He's got it all wrong. Crazy Power jumped into 8th. BP back on track, and that's his flyer on softs as well. That is the last thing you want to do on a set of tyres you want to start the race with. No action from Frisky, no action from Jamie One, who came back in the pits as well, and Frisky came back in, so Jonathan Cox. Yellow flags, I think it's just for slow runners. BP's made it back. Jacobs invalidated again. So it's slim from map 2. Emerson Hilton's put himself in a 3rd place. Leronix in 4th. Lucas 5th. Shumi 6th. He'll be happy with that so far. Jacob going again. This will be the 3rd lap on these medium tyres. You do not want to start, and he did that in Russia. Don't forget, he started on 3-lap-old mediums in Russia, and it really cost him. And is that rain? It is. It's starting to rain. My word, it's starting to rain, and we've got some big names. Haven't done the time yet. Jamie One, Jonathan Cox, BP, Jacob Flying Soz are yet to do a time. We could see a shock with Shumi Garcia in 6th place into Q3 for the first time this season. No wonder there was a rush to get out. No wonder Jacob's going on. He has to complete this lap. He has to get himself in there. Frisky Biscuit, I feel, has left it too late. He's on softs, but it's starting to spit with rain, just like we saw in Japan. Purple middle sector from Jacob. He's going to have to start, of course, in Russia. Going back to my Russia point, Jacob started on worn medium tyres in Russia, and of course he spun it from 2nd place on lap 7 with tyres overheated. Frisky just ahead of him, starting a flying lap now. Lucas is done. Those boys will be happy. And look, Slim, Mac on softs. And Jacob 3rd. Relief for Jacob, the fastest medium runner is that. And he will back right out of it and breathe a huge sigh of relief. So, Flying Soz invalidated lap 1. Frisky Biscuit out there now. How is the track? Simon, it could be a shock. Because Simon, the Frenchman, got a podium last week. Last time out, Lennon will be happy. He's in. Well, is he in the top 10? Jonathan Cox out there as well. BP and Jamie. This is some big names we could lose here. Flying Soz, and he's invalidated. Flying Soz is usually a qualifying specialist. You can always usually bank that Flying Soz will be in the top 10, and BP for that matter, who's on out lap. Frisky Biscuit trying to make a rare Q3 appearance. A big lift there in Cops. Now Maggots and Beckett's on board with the Welsh driver. How slippery is it? Jumping down the gears, now up, now get on the gas as soon as you can. Touches the bit of dirt there. It won't make too much difference at 103.2. Now into Cops corner. Is there enough grip on the track? DRS shuts. Round Cops he comes, don't run it too far wide. Invalidated, and he has. And that's it for Frisky Biscuit. What about BP? He's on a fly. Jamie's a bit further round on a fly. Yellow flag's waving again. It's for Simon slowing down. Simon's out as it stands. This would be a big shock. Simon is out as it stands. Jonathan Cox has got in then. So he's in 8th. There is still enough grip out there. But then look at that. A little bit of spray now kicking up. Has BP left it too late? Flying Soz is in, so he's going to be out. Jamie One's invalidated. Wow, that's a big shock. Jamie One is out. Frisky is out. BP is out. He's invalidated, and that's it. Crazy Part, I think, is going to get in by the skin of his teeth. And last week's 3rd place man, Alain Simon, is out as well. Congratulations to Lennon. Lennon's in. Shumi Garcia, first ever appearance into Q3 for Shumi Garcia. Although he's risking it a bit in these conditions, trying to do a better lap on his... He wants to start on the medium tyres. Of course, as it stands, he would start on softs, but he's gambling. There's enough grip out there that he can try and do a better time on the medium tyres. But Shumi Garcia, are we seeing a return to the old Shumi Garcia, the man who was winning races and challenging for titles? Great to see him back up there. Great to see him back in the top 10. So Lennon's saying he's lucky to get through the mediums. He'll be happy. Let's see what he could... Oh, no, Shumi! Oh, he's out! Oh, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Well, he'll start 10th. And I was just saying it's a big gamble trying to improve your time when you're already in the top, when you're already through. And he's binned it in Maggots and Beckett's. That is gutting. That is gutting. So he won't take part. Why did he go out? He didn't need to go out. He was safely through. He gambled and he's retired and he's out. And of course now he's also dropped 2 places with that. It pushes Crazy Power up to 9th. He'll take it. Now what about Simon? Can he get himself into Q3? Is there enough grip out there? Simon, yes! Yes there is. 6th place, and Shumi Garcia, well, it's Crazy Power out, so it has adjusted itself. Has the rain stopped? It's still just spitting. Flying Sauce fancies this. Frisky fancies this. They're going to give it a go. They would have seen that Simon has just jumped into 6th place. And Shumi Garcia is in by the skin of his teeth. Matt 2 says, my God, that was some crash. It really was. Matt 2 said the delta between soft and inters is still quite large. So I wonder if BP's retired a bit early here. Because it's still, look, the heat haze there, it's still dry enough. Come on, Frisky. Can he make a rare appearance into Q3? Well, sorry, his first appearance as well. Him and Shumi Garcia are yet to break in. What a chance. Slim reckons 5 minutes till the intermediate tyres. Flying Sozen has got a chance. Crazy Power, as it stands, is out. And I'll tell you what. Oh no! Frisky's off at Cops. Oh, it's getting wetter. Well saved. Unlike JB1, who we saw lose it into the wall, Frisky has saved it. That could be his qualifying. And there is Jamie 1. The Flying Souls, I think, is invalidated. I'll tell you what, Lennon and Jonathan Cox will be watching this intently. They will be in the nicest possible way, just hoping these guys don't get these laps in. Otherwise, they're under pressure. Ah, Shumi Garcia, I'm really, real shame. And of course, what conditions will we have for Q3? Will it be intermediates? Will it be the full wets? I doubt the full wets because the rain looks like... Oh, ball with Jamie through Maggots and now into Beckett's, and it is slippery. The raindrops just streaming down the visor. Crazy Power is leaving it pretty late. That's another shock, by the way. Crazy Power is a regular top 10 runner, especially in qualifying. That would be a surprise. Jamie 1's going to do a lap, so where's this going to put him? Is this going to give him a chance getting into Q3? It looks a little bit more slippery out there, doesn't it? Flying Swords going around Friskies. Oh, and a big snap of oversteer. And it's 12th, and that probably cost him getting in. It was all going so well to the final sector, and the car bit him twice. And Shumi Garcia and Lennon will breathe a huge sigh of relief. Frisky going around again, Flying Soz. This lap will count. Down hanger straight. Now the rain is getting a bit heavier. What a wild ride there at the end of the lap for Jamie. apparently the weather map they've got in the pits is completely different to what the conditions are out there, which is throwing a lot of drivers off. Right, here comes Frisky. We've still got a minute left, folks. And Flying Sauce goes into 9th place. And that pushes Lennon out. What about Frisky Biscuit? He improves, but it's 14th. It's not enough. And BP will be kicking himself. He retired early. I wonder if Jamie wants back right out of it. So he's done, and Crazy Power's not going out, so he's going to be out. And Lennon's going to be out. And Flying Soz, who I said is a bit of a qualifying master, has got himself. And Shumi Garcia will still make an appearance, albeit from the pit lane in Q3. Lennon has jinxed himself too. So Lennon jinxed himself big time. Oh, he did. Oh, he did. Lennon is out. He started 11th in Japan. Actually, Crazy Power, I'm pretty sure has a Q2 ban. So Lennon can tuck into his pizza. Well, that was quite an end to Q2. Jamie blew it in the last couple of corners. I'm pretty sure he would have got through. Crazy Power drops out, and Lennon, who was pretty confident he was in the top 10, ends up in 11th place again. However, if he does his average 5 place in the first 3 laps, he will be around 7th, 8th place. I tell you what, it's a rare appearance for Lucas into Q3, and Lucas is on an 8-race scoring drought. Can Lucas break that scoring drought here tonight at Silverstone? So Shumi Garcia put it in the wall. My word, what a shame. And he'll start on the soft tyres. In fact, Shumi would have been in 8th place. Not only through, but through and in 8th. It's Slim then, tops it from Mat 2. So Slim and Mat 2 will start on Sauce with LR Simon, Flying Soz and Shumi Garcia. And Jacob Emerson, debutant there for Lawrence. Lucas and Jonathan Cox will all start on the medium tyres. That is a beautiful mix. Lennon, Crazy Power, Jamie, Frisky, and BP, who I can't feel retired a bit too early, thinking the rain was hard enough and he wasn't going to improve. So 9 drivers will take part in Q3. And like I said, anything like we've seen in Q1, I don't know what the conditions are going to be like. And intermediate tyres and wet conditions is not good for a track like this, especially when I'm pretty sure they'll all be locked in to dry setups for the race. High-speed track, low downforce, and this is the last thing they need. They're going to have very slippery cars. And they're still saying slick tyres. I'll tell you what, we're going to get a flurry here, guys. We're going to get an absolute flurry. This is the best of the track conditions right now. Before it switches to intermediate tyres, I imagine these guys are going to be eager to get out there now. And here we go. Here we go. It looks like activity in the Red Bull garage. Looks like the championship leader Mac 2 making his way out. We've got Slim making his way out. Here we go. There's the Alfa Romeo. The Mercedes in the background. The Flying Soz as well. Leronix also heading out. This is gonna be good. Is this qualifying now? Is this it? Is the rain going to get heavier? So, yep, Slim. Neuronix, Mat 2, Flying Soz, all out there. I can see another train of cars heading out as well. Looks like Jonathan Cox is leading a train round. Yes, there goes Jonathan Cox, Jacob Bradbury, LR Simon. Lucas heading out as well. Can Lucas end his 8-race drought, pointless drought? 11th last time out in Japan. Emerson Hilton just deciding to take a gamble on the weather, or in fact he's heading out now, so I think we are going to get all 9 drivers out. Shumi Garcia will start in 10th. Still his best qualifying of the season, mind you. Shumi Garcia wondering why he's not taking part in Q3. Unfortunately, you've put it in the wall, my friend. Who's got on pole? Who's going to get this on pole then? This is going to be a good one. Mat 2 was fastest in Q1, but look, the track looks slippery, doesn't it? I tell you what, this is a really quick outlap by Slim and the guys behind him. They're not hanging about here. they need, of course, they're going to need tyre temperature. So Slim leads them round. How slippy is this track? Of course, the reigning IRC Elite League champion from last year. Debutant Lyronix right behind him, and I think, and all that's the yellow flags for cars backing off. And Matt 2, championship leader right behind. All 9 cars on track. DRS still wide open. The heat haze still there on the Wellington straight, but the rain continues to fall. Is this qualifying right here? Is this the best laps we're going to get? Slim leading round the German driver. Lyronix leading around the Dutch driver of Matt 2. They're not too far ahead of the Greek driver of Flying Soz. This looks good. It still looks like there's grip out there. Still, of course, this is an experiment for all these drivers. They're all pushing the limits. They don't know exactly where the grip is. They've seen in Q2 that if you get it wrong, you're straight. There's not enough grip to keep it. And I'm pretty sure Lyronix has just put in a purple middle sector. There's the Haas, there's the Alpha, there's the Red Bull coming down the Wellington straight. Sorry, Hangar straight. Into Club they come. Yellow flags. Oh, someone's had an off, and it looks like Lucas. Lucas has had an off on the exit of Cop's corner. He has front wing damage. So Slim with a 28.0, Lyronix with a 27.7, Matt 2 with a 27.8, and it's the young German driver on his debutant race. Currently provisional pole, Flying Soz 28.7. What about Jonathan Cox? Into provisional pole! Oh, wow! Oh, and Jacob immediately takes it away, but the top 3 are separated by 6 thousandths of a second. What about Emerson Hilton? Wow, Jonathan Cox, for the first time this season, was pole position for 2 seconds. Jacob ripped it away, but there is grip out there. What is Emerson Hilton doing? He's coming round Vale and Copse right now. Over the last corner. Has he got the speed? Well, 5th. And the times are a lot closer than I actually imagined. And of course, Lucas comes in after breaking his front wing. Is Slim going around again? Looks like he's trying to. Lyronix has definitely dropped off. Slim, I think, is going around again. I think he's got 2 laps of fuel, so can Slim improve? Round Stowe corner. Gets right down the gears into Vale. It looks like I think Matt 2's gone again as well. So Slim round for lap number 2. Can he improve? The answer's yes, but by not enough. What about Matt 2? Matt 2 invalidated. Lyronix comes in the pits. What about Flying Soz? He's invalidated, but he's going round again. He's got fuel to go again. What about Simon? There's a Williams, a Jacobs in the pits. Simon has backed off, so's Jonathan Cox. Well, Emerson Hilton, yeah, he's backed off as well. So Slim did improve, and the top 6 are separated by less than 0.3 of a second. And is that the best of the conditions? Has the track still got enough grip? Are we going to see Jacob on pole position? A welcome return to the front for Jacob and Jonathan Cox, who had an outstanding race. Just missed his first podium of the season last time out in Japan, only on penalties. Can Jonathan Cox start in second place? That is a beautiful front row. I tell you what, I know Matt 2, as it stands, would be champion if it started like this, but it's great to see a different front row, and a front row of Jacob and Jonathan Cox. That is, and of course, with a debutant of Lyronix, who's just 6 thousandths of a second there in third place and going back out. The drivers still feel that the track has got the grip. Lucas is out there trying to set a lap. Flying Soz still going round. Is he on a flyer? Oh, this looks pretty quick, doesn't it? Coming through Maggots and Beckett's. Yeah, Flying Soz is still very much on it. He's a man who's taken a good 2-3 laps to get up to speed. Down the hangar straight he comes. The rain is looking like it's a little bit heavier. The AlphaTauri Lucas weaving in the background. 2 Greek drivers quite close to each other on the track. Flying Soz does pits. Let's go on board then with the AlphaTauri Lucas starting The highest he's going to start in a long time. Matt 2 says pole was there for the taking, but the conditions are horrible. And yeah, it looks like Lucas is struggling a bit as well. These conditions are getting a little bit more slippery. Jonathan Cox is going back out there. Of course, we know Laronix is back out there, and round goes Lucas into the wall village. The grip looks like it's gone. 4.5 minutes to go. Lucas goes round, and it looks like he's going to be starting another new front wing for the AlphaTauri. He's costing him a fortune in front wings this weekend. But that's as it. Matt 2's done. Has that Lucas spin just been a message to the pit lane as if that's it? That's as good as you're going to get. Jacob's back out there as well. Jonathan Cox is just free. Thousandths of a second away from his first ever pole position, but the rain looks like it's going to deny him his first ever pole. And of course, if you think back to the old IRC Elite League days, Jonathan Cox and Jacob Bradbury were the two pole specialists. These two were constantly fighting for pole positions. We haven't seen that this season until now, but finally we are getting it, and it's great to see. And Jonathan Cox is sat beautifully for a chance of his first podium of the season. Jacob, who of course won in Vietnam all that time ago, has a chance to add into that win and get himself back into the top half of the table. As Jonathan Cox round he goes, he has made it. What can Laronix do as well? He's on a fly. In fact, he's ahead, but he's 4 tenths down as he comes around Cop's corner. And off! Oh, he's off! Beautiful drift to try and save it, but he couldn't save it. Into the wall. This is exactly what Jamie wanted in qualifying 1, didn't he? Beautiful drift. I thought for a moment he had that tank slapper on. I thought he had saved it, but he hasn't. And it looks like the chance... And there's a Williams wall off the track as well. It's Simon now off. Where on? That's in Village as well. That's the other side of Village, towards the pit exit. Oh, and it's too wet. It's too wet. I think Simon has had enough of this. He's done. Flying Sods invalidated again. So it looks like nobody can improve at all. Jonathan Cox is way down. It's going to be second place for him as Flying Sods flies past him. Laronix is done, and he will start third on his debut championship. The Mac 2 will start fourth. There comes Emerson Hilton. Looks fairly ginger, doesn't it? Feather grip's gone. He knows it as well. I'm probably taking that in 8th gear. He is in 8th gear. And that, folks, is a lovely grid. Jacob Bradbury back on pole position. Well, we haven't seen it in a long time. Jonathan Cox in second. The front three were separated by 0.06 of a second. Followed by Matt 2. Emerson Hilton just ahead of Slim. Started 6th. We're disappointed with that. Simon. Well, he started... Well, I think he started 7th in Japan. Lucas has gone around again. He knows if he can find any sort of time, he can beat Flying Soz. Flying Soz still gunning it round, by the way, but I just cannot see these improvements coming in. LR Simon says no grip. No grip out there at all. So 20 drivers to the race, of course. We are going to get... Oh, and round goes Flying Soz again. Cop's corner. Oh dear. And Lucas is about to come up to Cop's corner. Will he make the same mistake on board with the Greek driver? He's just seen his fellow countryman go round at Cop's. Can he get round in one piece? He does. A massive lift and back into 7th. Well, if he can find a little bit of time for Megas and Beckett's, he could perhaps jump Flying Soz. He'll want to start as high up as possible. He won't fancy starting in that midfield, especially as the first complex of corners are very tricky at the race start. Into Stowe comes Lucas now. 17 seconds. This is going to be it. I think Slim is out there trying to do a time, but I can't see him improving. Jacobs still going round. Flying Soz pits. So here we go. In fact, it says Lucas is on an out lap. So if, well, he's not going to make it. Check a flag out. Lucas didn't even do a time, couldn't make it. What about Jacob? Well, he's on pole. And Slim is crawling round down Hanger Straight. So congratulations, Jacob. Great to see him back at the front on pole position. Denies Jonathan Cox his first pole by the smallest of margins. However, that is a great looking grid. And of course, even though he didn't take part, congratulations Shumi Garcia, who will start the highest he started so far in Zenith. So, it's the old pole position rivals, isn't it? At the front of the grid, Jacob from Jonathan Cox. What's the weather going to be like? And how close is this race going to be? I will run through the championship standings as we go around the formation lap as well. But great pole. Now, can he get it right in the race? We know Jonathan Cox's biggest problem in the races is penalties. Can he keep them down to a minimum? Can he take the checker flag? And it would be fantastic to see him win. It really would. And I'm hoping it's going to come. I really do. Right. Let's have ourselves a race, guys. Let's have ourselves a race. This, with qualifying teams to go by, should be close. And of course, as we keep saying, and as you all know, if you've been watching all season, qualifying means absolutely nothing when it comes to these races. And look at that. Clear blue skies. Perfect conditions. And don't forget, we're going to have half the top 10 starting the softs. Half the top 10 starting on the medium tyres. As the drivers just be going through their setups now. Try to see if Granty Boy's made it. I hope he has, or Matt 2 is default champion. I don't think Granty Boy's in. Well, there wasn't much doubt he was going to be champion tonight anyway, but pressure off for Matt 2. I can't see Granty Boy. No, I can't. He's not there. So it'll be 19 runners. I know Granty Boy was struggling to get back. Of course, he had other commitments and trying to get back on time. I don't think he's made it. So it's going to be 19 runners and riders then. And here we go. Well, that's a shame. Of course, it's been great to see him come through the back of the pack as well. Let's get the tyre information up first and foremost. So there we go. Jacob, currently 13th in the championship, my word. He'll be eyeing a top 10 to finish the season on 62 points, 13th in the championship, pole position. Jonathan Cox, he's had a good couple of races, last few races. Now 19th in the championship, 26 points there in second place. Debutant German driver, Leronix. My word, can he make it 19 different podium sitters? In fact, Jonathan Cox and Leronix finish like that, it'll be 20 different podium runners. Matt 2, champion-elect Matt 2, will start in 4th place. Then it's Emerson Hilton. Of course, he may have eyes on a top 5. Not out of it. 8th place, 76 points. Slim still trying to break into the top 10. 12th place, 63 points. Just 1 behind Jamie, 2 behind Flying Stars. The battle for the top. I said the battle for the top 7 is absolutely nothing in it. LR Simon, podium last time out. 18th for the championship, 27 points. He'll be looking to build on that. Flying Soz, as we just said, 10th for the championship, 65 points, starts 8th. Lucas having an absolute miserable time. 8 races in a row without scoring a point. He starts in 9th. He's down in 17th for the championship, 33 points. Shumi Garcia, highest ever qualifying position for the Portuguese driver, 26th for the championship. 5 points to his name. Lennon starts 11th, the super starter. 23rd in the championship, 10 points. Can he add to that today? Crazy Power, 7th, heading that huge queue of drivers behind him. 12th, he will start. Jamie 1, he's close to the top 10 as well. 11th, 64 points. Frisky Biscuit down there in 25th in the championship, 5 points. BP also having a bit of a rotten luck of time of things at the moment. 16th, 38 points. Dan Murphy can still get a top 3. Needs a big result today though. 16th place. He's 6th in the championship. Matt yet to score. It's the race. He turns it all around. New Life yet to score as a reserve driver. And Tassam Morales is 27th in the championship with 4 points. Lovely mix of mediums and softs there. Round 18. Just 2 rounds to go after this. Mexico and Brazil we will go to. I want to see the position changes before we get back to the tyres. Don't mess me around, Codemasters. Let's have a race. Let's have the lights on. Here we go! 3 lights, and from the home of motorsport, here in Silverstone, let's go! What sort of start has Jacob got? It looks like, get that out of the way! It looks like Jonathan Cox leads! He does! He does! Jonathan Cox leads the round! Are they all going to get through? It's Jonathan Cox on Jacob! And they come into finish corner! Oh, we've lost some runners! It's Leonix! On his debut, the German driver is off! Some big... There's Lennon! Lennon's up to 5th place, up 6 places. He averages 5 place gain every lap. Crazy part of 7th place side by side with Lucas. Here they come down Wellington Straight now. It's Jonathan Cox who leads them round. Emerson Hill's up to 3rd place ahead of Slim, ahead of Lennon who's 5th. He's done it again. Simon up there into 6th place. What about the midfield? Looks like Matt's making up pace there. Matt too. Champion to be is there in 8th. He's dropped down. Jamie there up into 11th, 10th place. Dan Murphy up 5. T. Sammy's up 4. Passing looks like Frisky Biscuit, who's dropped 2 places. Where's Shumi Garcia? Oh, down to 18th. Nightmare start, but Jonathan Cox leads. The perfect start for Jonathan Cox. Lennon, although he's got a bit of pressure here from Simon. It looked, apart from Leronix, it looked relatively clean. Flying Sauce dropped all the way down to 13th place. But I don't think we're going to see anyone come in the pits. Oh, and the McLaren, Dan Murphy, getting aggressive there on JB1 and gets through. He's in the soft tyres. So he wants, oh, it's still side by side. In fact, round club corner they come. And Dan Murphy on the soft hold position. Ignore the timing screens. It's just doing their usual fuzz. So Jonathan Cox leads them from Jacob. Wow, this is fantastic. Both of the medium tyres. Shumi does pit from the back of the field. What a shame. And Leronix on his debut praying for a safety car. I wonder if him and Matt too came together. This great line of cars. Just wait for the timing screen to sort himself out. Yellow flags. Who's got is that? That's an AlphaTauri. Is that Lucas? It is. I think it's Lucas. It is. Oh my word, and this run, this wretched run of the points drought may continue. He's dropped to the back of the field in 18th place. Shumi Garcia does not lead, folks. Well, that would be really quite something. But Lucas has made a mistake, and Lennon picks up a penalty. The first penalty comes in. So here we go. Jonathan Cox leads the race from Jacob Bradbury, but Jacob is close enough for a move. Down the hanger straight to come into Stowe corner. Jacob thinks about moving down to the inside, and Jonathan Cox defends it. He's been around way too long for that one. Slim into 3rd place, by the way. Simon down to 5th. Lennon's dropped to 7th. Front 2, front 3, Simon again. We saw it, of course he's on the soft tyre, so the soft tyre runners. Let's go to the tyre choices. Of course, the soft runners are working their way through. It's Slim and Simon. Matt, however, has it. And in fact, that's a move there by Simon. Down the inside of Emerson, and Emerson's had to yield. Those soft tyres are giving fantastic grip at the moment, aren't they? Great to see. So, well, in fact, Simon's lost it back, so he'll have to... Oh, Emerson's left the session. What a shame. Emerson in the Ferrari has left the session. That would be a cruel blow and deny us a really good battle. BP's had a great job there up into 8th place. He started down, and look who's right behind him. Of course, BP and Crazy Parrot together. When are they not? And great to see Matt there. Now, he started way down the order, up there in 12th place, and that looks like Flying Sauce having a move of Crazy Parrot. It is, of course, Flying Sauce on the soft tyres as well. Meanwhile, at the front 3 are separated by absolutely nothing. There they are. Jonathan Cox from Jacob from Slim. Now they'll have DRS this time by. Will Jacob get closer? BP passes Dan Murphy's off the road. Jonathan Cox holds on. What's happened to Dan Murphy? Oh, he's off. It looks like the entrance. In fact, it's in Maggots and Beckett's. Oh, and on soft tyres as well. That's a big blow. Matt picks up a penalty. In fact, that's a move by... Looks like Frisky being passed by Lucas. It is. Lucas trying to retrieve some positions. Oh, Jacob now leads the race. Jacob has done it. Looks like down the start, finishing straight. In fact, that's tough to overtake. And there is Slim on his Beautiful, fresh set of soft tyres, but now Jonathan Cooks will have the DRS his time by. Can Jacob stretch his legs and get away here? Flying Swords right behind BP. Action absolutely everywhere. BP in 7th, got another train behind him, and in fact it's Slim down the inside and through into 2nd place. Goes the reigning champion, not for long. Frisky penalty. Emerson Hilton's rejoined, but all the way down in 15th place. I hope we see some sort of recovery drive. So it's Jacob from Slim, from Jonathan Cox, from Simon. There's our champion-elect. Lennon doing a fantastic job in 6th place, and BP in 7th. Flying Swords, Crazy Pad, Jamie 1. And then Matt, 11th, is just out the points. And I'll tell you what, he's racing the reigning IRC Elite champion, Tissa Morales, up in 12th place. Can Matt score his first points of the season? Can Sammy add to his points tally? Simon and Matt 2 side by side. Jacob penalty. Slim leads the race. There's just action absolutely everywhere. Slim leads. What about Matt 2 and Simon? Matt 2 has got past Simon. Jonathan Cox picks up a penalty. The soft runners are flying to the front. Slim fastest lap of the race. Lennon's in a great position and the penalties are flying in. Tissa Morales did get Matt into 11th and just 1.5 off the points held by Jamie at the moment. When will these softs go? We've got the front 5 separate. In fact, I'd say front 6 because there's Lennon in the Alfa Romeo. Jacob trying to have a move on Slim. How long will these softs last for, of course? Great to see Slim back up there. Slim from Jacob, from Jonathan Cox, from Matt 2, from LR Simon, and we've got a spinner, and I've got a feeling it's Frisky Biscuit, and it is. And that's down the Wellington straight. No front wing damage. That's a bit of a bizarre one. Leronic's trying to make his way back up the field, now into 17th. He'll be relying on a safety car to put him back into play. So poor Frisky, who had a good qualifying, is sadly now down in 18th place. Long way still to go. Here we go again. Right, will Jacob have a go on Slim? In fact, they're dropping Jonathan Cox quite quickly. New Life picks up a penalty. Jacob doesn't try a move there. Sticking with Slim though. Flying Swords passing BP down the hangar straight. Jamie wants past Crazy Pat down the hangar straight. So much overtaking. Flying Swords now penalty. Quarter of the grid already have picked up penalties. Crazy Power. There's Tissa Morales. And there's Bilton Matt. They're all joining the fight for points as well. This is great stuff. Of course, T. Sammy on soft tyres. Lucas back up to 13th place. New Life is there with him. This is absolutely fantastic. There's hardly any field spread. The front 6 have stretched their legs, but they're only 3 seconds ahead of Flying Swords. Right, Slim yet to pick up a penalty now, just 0.4 of a second ahead. Where's Jacob? That's the helicopter shot we want. Jacob getting closer and closer, just can't get close enough into Woodcut. And now around left field they go. Matt 2 is right behind the back of Jonathan Cox. Cruelly denied his first podium of the season last time out in Japan due to penalties, and unfortunately he's got one again. Early doors, Lennon has got a bit of a on his own actually. Lennon, the soft tyres still see the tyre to be, although BP's keeping up behind his teammate. And look at this through Maggots and Beckett's. The front 2 are nose to tail, 2 different tyre compounds. Haas versus Williams, Slim versus Jacob. It's a English 1-2 at the moment now. DRS. Will he have a go? No, that Haas has got some straight line speed. That'll be frustrating. Jacob has got to keep his cool. And Matt 2 and Jonathan Cox. And looks like Matt 2 has taken 3rd place. Jonathan Cox just trying to feint down the inside. It's not enough. And the soft tyres are still well in the window. And Lucas and Matt are side by side. The 2 AlphaTauris and Matt holding on. We saw this, of course, in Japan as well. Matt had a fantastic fight. Because Matt hasn't got his setup, he's got a default setup. However, running nicely in the midfield, and there's a point, there's his first point. Crazy part of that Red Bull you saw there is the man hanging on, and in fact, T. Sammy right behind the back of him as well. Action absolutely everywhere. Hard to keep up with this one, but the soft tyres are still nicely in the groove. Slim still leading around Jacob. Matt 2 now just 2.3 behind. Jonathan Cox is keeping up though. Now, if you're Jonathan Cox, as Frisky picks up another penalty, as Lucas does get Matt this time by down the Wellington straight. There they are. T. Sammy's still right behind the back of Crazy Power, but If you're Jonathan Cox, you just want to try and stick with Matt and go with Matt, because I think Matt will catch those front two. New Life now right behind the back of Matt and Emerson. Emerson trying to get back up through the field, of course. Dan Murphy's got the young German Leon Leronix right behind him. All the drivers from Emerson downwards have had problems. BP now picks up a penalty. And now Jacob Trotter on the outside of Stowe corner. Slim defending valiantly here as we end lap 7. Of course, Jacob has a penalty. I'll tell you what, Jonathan Cox is coming back at Matt too. Is Jonathan just saving those tyres the best he can? Ella Simon, they're in 5th place as well. They're 2 seconds ahead of Flying Soz, who is still can't shake the DRS, and Emerson Hilton has passed New Life for 14th place. Matt 2, not now catching Shumi Garcia. Penalty yellow flag. Oh, is it Dan Murphy? He's just been passed by Leronix. I don't think that was the yellow flag, however. Leronix makes his way up to 16th place. Can he salvage anything out of this race? As you were at the front, lap 8. How long are those soft tyres going to last for? They seem to be fine. Flying Soz, its tyre wear is not a big issue around Silverstone. It'll be a comfortable one stop for these guys. Crazy Power holding on to 10th place still from quite some elusive company. T. Sammy and Lucas, two very good friends there, 11th and 12th. And Matt's still hanging on, just 1.2 off that little gang of the cars. Now he's got Emerson Hilton right behind the back of him. Right, what can Jacob do? Can he get close up to the DRS? We know that Haas has got some straight line speed. Can Jacob take advantage this time by? It looks like Simon could be lining up Jonathan Cox as well. Oh, down the inside! Can he get slowed down in time into Stowe corner? The answer's, well, Slim picked up a penalty, and now they're equal kill. JB1 has passed BP for 8th place, but Slim holding on. Jacob couldn't get slowed down, but Slim picked up a penalty in the process. That's how hard he's having to defend. Matt 2 there, just ahead. Oh, and Jacob picks up another penalty. 6 seconds for Jacob, yet Matt 2, who we rarely see pick up penalty in his races, doesn't have any, nor does Simon. Of course, no penalties. Guided Simon to a podium last time out. Lennon with just 3 seconds as well, having a really good race in 6th place. And starting to reel these boys in again. So, is this the end of the soft tyres? Are they starting to go now on lap 9? Because Jonathan Cox is now right back behind Matt 2. Flying Soz has been caught by JB1. BP and JB1 seem to have some crazy battles, and T. Sammy and Crazy Power. T. Sammy's soft tyres are absolutely fine, aren't they? Look at this. And there's a great battle for 10th place here. Crazy Power, T. Sammy, Lucas, Emerson Hilton, Bilton, Matt, all heavily involved. 5 drivers, there they all are. Great shot coming down the national straight into Cop's corner. Oh, T. Sammy running very out wide now. Lucas may have a go down the inside into Maggots. Oh, that's ballsy. And T. Sammy had to get out of it. Good racing there from T. Sammy. Saw the move had already been done by Lucas. Yellow flags. Oh, we've got a car off. It's Leronix again. And that's the exit of Cop's corner. My word, we were not. And Matt 2's gone off. Matt 2's in the pits. So his softs have had enough. And Flying Soz pits. So Slim goes on. Simon goes on. Pit window. Well, it's now. I expect this to be mediums for Matt 2, isn't it? Where is he going to come out here? Onto the mediums. I expect him to have an undercut. It's just a matter of how fast will Jacob and Jonathan Cox be, and what is going on here? Lots of position changes. New Life and Dan Murphy moving up. Matt 2 is going to... It's a long old pit lane, isn't it? And now Slim right behind Jacob, who now leads. Retakes the lead of the race. He has got 3 extra seconds. Emerson Hilton back up into 10th place. And Leronix is out. Oh my word. Well, what a nightmare debut. It just hasn't gone right from the start of the race. Not the start he would have wanted. I am pretty sure there's a lot to come from this young German driver, as I'm sure we'll find out next season, but that's not the debut he was hoping for whatsoever. What a shame. So Jacob has now holding on. Jonathan Cox holding on for Simon. Those soft tyres are still working nicely on that Williams at the moment. And the Williams goes down the inside. And the Frenchman yet again robbing Jonathan Cox of a possible podium. And he doesn't pit. He is quite happy with those soft tyres. Slim does. Jacob fastest lap. Oh, that's a calling card, isn't it? Well, he's got to go. Jacob needs qualifying laps here. So Simon's gone on, Slim pits. And the question for Slim is, where will he appear compared to Matt 2? Will T. Sammy pit this lap by? Down the order he falls. Crazy Power bumps up to 9th, T. Sammy to 10th. Matt is again just one place off the points. Dan Murphy through, New Life through. The question is, where is Matt 2? There is Matt 2, who still hasn't got a penalty, and he's got out behind Slim. But they're a lot closer. Flying Sauce picks up another penalty. Slim straight away locking up those front medium tyres. They're not up to temperature yet. Can Matt 2 take advantage? On board with the Dutchman. However, he's not close enough and he hasn't got DRS. So that's interesting. So there is a bit of undercut round here. When will Simon pit? Jacob 4.5 seconds out in front. He's got to go like the absolute clappers. Lennon on for a fantastic 4th place. Of course, he's still got a pit. Simon still putting Jonathan Cox under a lot of pressure here. Jacob, of course, going on these medium tyres. Should be holding on. Simon does not pit. Big lock up there in the front left. Does not be doing that too many times. Lennon just 3.2 off this battle. I'll tell you what, Jamie and BEP, who I was saying earlier on, are stuck together quite a lot. And there they are again, the 2 Dutch drivers, nicely both making their way up through the field. Lucas and Emerson Hilton are recovering nicely. Lucas now up to 7th place. Emerson Hilton now up to 8th, showing some really good pace. T. Sammy, and that's Dan Murphy in the pits. That's Dan Murphy in the pits. Simon, of course, yet to stop. Matt 2, fastest lap. Jacob will know. Jacob will know. It's a big... there's an undercut coming. However, how fast will Jacob be on those soft tyres? How fast will Jonathan Cox be on those soft tyres? Simon's losing out here because now Jonathan Cox is a 5.2 behind Jacob. And Simon is still stuck behind. And he'll be now losing time to Slim and Matt. Flying Sauce getting past Frisky Biscuit, who's on an old set of medium tyres, and shimmies past New Life at the back. And there will be, well, a Frenchman who is starting to get a little bit frustrated. James won no penalties yet, catching Lennon. Yellow flags, and Emerson Hilton's out. Oh, what a shame. Where's he lost that? That looks like it's Magnussen Beckett's again. Another victim. Jamie won penalty. I've jinxed that. Jamie won penalty. So the Ferrari is well off the track, and Simon pits. Oh, and a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pits. And that is the last thing he wanted. I said he would have been frustrated to be stuck behind Jonathan Cox, and he's now picked up a penalty. BP picks up another penalty. Lucas into 6th place. BP now has 6 seconds. Everybody bar Lucas, Crazy Power, Matt 2, and Dan Murphy now all have penalties. Lap 13, New Life picks up another. Slim's going to have his mirrors full of Matt 2, and there they are! And Simon is going to emerge there. And he has lost a lot of time, hasn't he? So this is going to likely be the battle for the net lead. And by the way, no, they haven't stopped yet, but great to see Lennon up there in 3rd place. Great to see Jamie and BP and Lucas all up there, and Crazy Pat and Matt currently sitting in the points as it stands. However, he's been hunted down by Slim, and there is Matt 2. Slim will be hoping and praying that Matt 2 picks up a penalty of some sort. The problem with Matt 2 is he's pretty metronomic, and everybody are on the medium tyres. And as you can see, many of them haven't yet stopped. There is the champion soon to be right behind the reigning champion, the passing of the guard in many respects here. Can Matt 2 do that right now? Down the hanger straight. Jamie 1 now right behind Lennon has brought BP with him. Lennon's about to have his mirrors full of a racing point. No move doing from Matt too. And look at this. There we are, Lennon third place, just 2 seconds behind, well 3 seconds behind Jonathan Cox, but as JB1 and BP, who are absolutely charging here. So their mediums are going around quite nicely. Crazy Power 7th is quite a way adrift here. So Jacob now 7 seconds in front. However, he has 6 seconds of penalties, whereas Slim has 3, Matt 2 doesn't have any, and Simon just has 3 seconds as well. However, Jacob's pace looks pretty mighty at the front. Meanwhile, look, there's Lennon. He's catching Jonathan Cox quite quickly now, 2.5 between Lennon and Jonathan Cox. So he's starting to drag Jonathan Cox possibly into this battle as well. But JB1 and BP showing some fantastic pace here. On board with the Dutch driver. Oh, Lennon looking Lennon not looking happy in those tires. Down start finish straight to DRS open. It was close him up. BP's just lost a little bit of ground, and you can see Lucas just in the background coming down the hanger straight. What about Matt 2 and Slim? Will Matt 2 have a go? He'll know Slim has a penalty, but I can imagine he'll want to do it on track, and Slim made a mistake there. He lost a bit of time. Now, the Dutchman's getting closer, down to the rear wing. Slim ducks in the middle of the track, but Matt 2 will try around the outside. No contact, and Slim will have the outside. Matt 2 on the inside into club corner, and the champion is passed by the champion, and they're still side by side. Round club corner. This is absolutely fantastic racing. This is brilliant. Matt 2 will have the outside. Slim will have to yield. Simon fastest lap. And Matt 2 eventually passes Slim. That was brilliant. Oh, was there contact there? Oh, there's contact there for definite. Hopefully no front wing damage, and they're catching the AlphaTauri of Bilton Matt. Will Slim have a go down this short DRS straight? I don't think he's close enough. It's now Slim's turn. The hunted has become the hunter. Slim right tucked up behind the Red Bull rear wing. And while this is happening, Simon is actually catching the back of these two. There is Matt, and Matt's not too far behind Crazy Power, just at 2 seconds. Jacob, oh no. Jacob penalty back with JB1, who's now right behind the back of that Alfa Romeo front wing, rear wing. Jacob pits. So does Lennon. Lennon will be very happy to get rid of those tyres. And as you can see on the hey my word! And Lennon picks up a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pits. And a chance of a podium has gone. And it's a Dutch 1-2, and let's take it in. It's Jamie 1 from BP and a Dutch resident of Lucas in 3rd place. Now, where's Jonathan Cox going to where's Jacob going to re-emerge? But he's now got 9 seconds of penalties. Has he beaten Matt 2? No, he hasn't beaten Slim. He has beaten, but he joins this battle, and he's on soft tyres. Whoa, this is going to spice up nicely. Jonathan Cox is just 4 seconds, and look, Matt 2 is right behind the back of Bilton Matt. Matt there in 5th place with only 3 seconds of penalties. Matt's going to defend this. Well, that's Bilton Matt, that is, and he's going to force Matt 2 round the outside, but he'll now have the inside for Luffield. Slim did not get through. Little bit of contact there, nothing major. Yellow flags, New Life is out. What a shame for the Greek driver, as Slim now gets past Matt down the inside into Cops corner, and through goes Slim. Of course, far fresher tyres. Matt picks up a penalty for his troubles, and now Jacob on the soft tyres will try and follow through. Matt trying to really fight this. Great to see Jacob on the inside. Oh, what's he doing? Wow, on the inside of Beckett, Jacob is not in a mood to hang around. Jamie and BP both pit. That's our leaders in the pits. That was Jacob not hanging out. He's on the soft tyres. Jacob needs to pass Slim and Matt 2 and then try and get away. Crazy Power pits, Lucas pits, BP pits, Jamie 1 pits. They're going to put the soft tyres on. Where are they going to re-emerge? Matt, I think, went on. Dan Murphy, 3-second penalty. That's nearly the full house. So Matt 2 leads. Oh, and there's a Renault off the road. Who is that? And Flying Soz out. Why is Flying Soz out? Flying Soz was running really well. Flying Soz is out. They're falling like flies. There's another one gone. So 4 retirements. Matt 2, look at the front 3. Nose to tail. And Matt, credit to Matt, keeping going. Up there in 4th place. Can he snatch his first points of the season? Crazy Power and Frisky have now gone to the soft tyres, and now we've got a role reversal. It's now Jacob on the softs. It's now Jonathan Cox on the softs. Lennon there in 7th with a chunky penalty as well of 8 seconds. Jamie 1 and BP will now try. And can Lucas in 10th place finally break his horrible pointless streak of 8 races? He's there in 10th, and Crazy Pat straight away getting past Shubi Garcia as Italy versus Portugal, and the Italian on the fresh set of softs up into 13th. Oh, and Jonathan Cox penalty. Slim's going to challenge for the lead again. However, it's all irrelevant if Matt 2 doesn't pick up a penalty. Matt 2, Lucas and Crazy Pat, the only ones yet to get a penalty. There they are on your screen. 3 seconds, 9 seconds for Jacob, who's now right behind the back of Slim, so he's got to pass Slim and then get a 6-second gap as it stands. Matt goes on. Well, Matt's relying on a safety car, isn't he? If a safety car comes out, Matt's going to be in a great position. And there was Matt just in the background there. There he is. He'll just get a glimpse of these front 3 racing away. There they go. Will Slim have a go at Matt 2? Will Jacob have a go? He's in the DRS train. Slim does have a go down the inside into Woodcote. Can't hop the long way round Luffield. Can he get the grip? Can he get the gas down in time? The answer is no. Matt 2 holds on. It's great to see these two fighting. And Jacob's there. They're free abreast down the hangers to the national pit straight. Disconnect Messi. Oh my God, how did they all make it through? Free abreast into Cox, and Jacob takes the lead. It absolutely, Matt 2 goes round. Was there contact with Jacob? How on earth did they get through 3 wide into Cox? Matt 2 drops into 6th place. Absolutely incredible racing. Was there contact between him and Jonathan Cox? Lennon now right behind the back of Matt 2, and Jacob picks up another penalty. Matt built it. Matt back into 3rd place. He's got Simon right behind him, who of course has got 5 seconds of penalty. Lennon picks up a penalty. Matt gives up on the tyres, who have done him a great service in 19 laps. My word, Lennon's now got 11 seconds. That could cost him points, actually. Matt 2, of course, will have a massive flat spot on his tyres. Jamie 1's catching them pretty quickly as well. Fastest lap, in fact, for the Dutchman. So he's coming out of nowhere now. Now Lucas fastest lap. Where's Matt going to rejoin, I wonder? Oh, Lennon. Of course, in the soft tyres, Lennon. What a race. So now Slim, who will know that... and Lennon does get past Matt 2. Can he keep the inside for Luffield? He's on the softer tyres, of course, side by side. Matt 2 will be sick of the side-by-side action. Now Lennon will have the inside to Cops corner. We've already seen him go 3 wide through Cops. Matt 2 with back round the outside. Straight line speed good enough there for Matt. Can Lennon get back through on the inside of Maggots? No. That's where Matt 2 spun just a lap ago. And Lennon will be keen to get past, because he will see in his mirrors that Jamie 1's arrived to the party as well. Still on 5 seconds of penalties, however he is only 2 seconds, and now Lennon on the inside of Matt 2 into Stowe. And is that the move? It is. And Matt 2 picks up a penalty. It's only Lucas and Crazy Power yet with a penalty, and Matt 2's evening, well, he'll be champion as it stands, but this is not where he wants to be. And he's getting beat and battered around here. There's no manners on the champion-elect. Lennon having a good race, and in fact he's only 2.8 behind Jonathan Cox, who's hanging on to 6 seconds of penalty. However, Jacob's mammoth amount of penalties could see Jonathan Cox get his first podium. Slim is still hanging on to Jacob. Those soft tyres are not giving Jacob what he needs at the moment. In fact, there is Slim. I wonder if there was contact between Jacob and Matt 2 going into Maggots. 15 runners and riders. Matt, by the way, rejoined in 13th place. However, he is around 8 seconds off his first point scoring position, which is currently held by T. Sammy, having a cracking race in the McLaren, trying to add to his points tally. Slim now in DRS. Will he have a go back at Jacob? The answer is no. Simon with his 5-second pit lane penalty, of course, but here is a battle for the lead between Jacob and Slim. Williams looking at a double podium as well. Matt 2 is stuck, and then just ahead of his countryman Jamie, who is 3 seconds ahead of BP, who now has 6 seconds of penalties, but he would keep 8th as it stands, ahead of Lucas, who in turn is 7 seconds ahead of T. Sammy. A little bit spaced out towards the midfield, but they've had their own problems. In fact, Crazy Power passing Dan Murphy into Stowe. Soft tyres versus medium tyres, and the soft tyres are coming up there. Dan Murphy, of course, an older medium tyres. Matt may join that battle pretty quickly on his soft tyres. Matt 2 can now not get past. Could we see the champion being crowned and not on the podium? As we just have, where's this race gone? 5 laps to go. Jacob would not be on the podium as it stands. Well, yeah, it might not be. He's got to keep going. He's got to find more speed. As it stands, Slim would win this race. With Simon in second, Jonathan Cox needs to find more time, because as it stands, he wouldn't take the podium either. Lennon's got an outside chance of this. Slim getting closer. Slim just hasn't got to risk it, and he knows that. He hasn't got to take too many chances. He'll win the race as it stands, but I know Slim, and I know full well he will want to try and do it on track. He'll want to cross the line in front. Lennon and Matt 2. Lennon will be absolutely loving this. He is outright fighting at the top of the, well, for 5th place. And that pit lane penalty, look at Deborah in the front wing of that Red Bull, but that 5-second penalty for Lennon could really harm his chance of a top 5. There's Jamie 1, a man who has had a fantastic second half of the season. BP still in 8th. That will do him. He'll be happy with some points. Dan Murphy's right behind Crazy Power. Matt still the gap, 2 seconds between himself and Dan Murphy. I think he'll be happy to finish the race. Frisky has had many trial and tribulations in this run, and a real shame to see Shimi Garcia in 15th after what was a fantastic qualifying. Back at the front, 4 laps to go. Jacob versus Slim. The soft tyres. There seems to be, as we saw in the first stint, very little difference between these soft and medium tyres. They seem to be pretty equal. Jacob, the initial grip to get past Matt 2 and Slim as he, kicking at the dirt. You wouldn't want to be doing that going onto the hanger straight. Slim just keeping a watching brief. Can Simon get another podium? What an entry into Zenith F1 Esports. LR Simon has had. The Frenchman has been looking in really fine form, a very clean, consistent driver. We didn't see what we want to see from the Leronics yet. Let's see if that changes in Mexico. Mexico, another fantastic track which can give us some great racing. Here's the battle for 5th. Lennon, Matt, Jamie. Lennon doing a fine job. As I said, however, has that 11 seconds of penalties, which is going to drop him possibly down to 7th. Because BP has 6. So yeah, possibly a top 7 still in the markings here. However, Jamie is fighting Matt 2 legit for a top 5. Jonathan Cox, so you need 6 seconds over Jacob for a chance of a podium. He needs to find more time, Jonathan Cox, for his first podium, doesn't he? He's not far out. What's the leader interval? So the leader interval is 8, so he needs to find 2.7 seconds to jump Jacob and get on the podium. Can Jonathan Cox find that time? Lennon's gonna drop down to 7th. Yeah, so fastest lap belongs to Lucas with a 26.7. That's a belting fastest lap by Lucas. I don't want to say too much about Lucas because he is on the verge of breaking that duct as Jacob and Slim are again side by side. Slim does want to do it on the track. Jacob won't defend this easily though. Down the start, finishing straight, and Slim charges in front and into the race lead. I said he'll want to do it on track, and he's going for it, and Jacob trying to go down the inside into Village. Will he wait for the DRS? I think it'd be wiser if he did. Simon just can't take advantage, can he? And now Slim already with a half-second gap. Jacob will have DRS, but we know that Haas is fast in a straight line. There is Jacob, he gets right tucked up behind the Haas rear wing. Going to Luffield, Woodcote and Luffield. Nothing doing for Jacob, who just has to keep his head down. Trying, if anything, use the DRS to his advantage and try and pull away to try and keep his podium place alive. Still, Matt 2 cannot get past Lennon, who has had an absolutely belted race. He'll rue that 5 seconds in the pit lane. T. Sammy still holding on to 10th place, and what would be a fantastic point for him as well. Matt has the soft tyres. I tell you what, the guys who've gone to soft tyres for mediums in this second stint will be pretty unhappy. And Jacob driving on the inside of Stowe corner. Oh, just nothing doing. Slim defends it well. Slim is only going to be a reigning champion for 2 more laps before Matt 2 takes over the crown. In fact, Matt 2 is tucked up right behind, and in fact, he's having a move around the outside. Matt 2 will be wondering where on earth has this race gone. He was fighting Slim and Jacob for the lead. All of a sudden, he'll be lucky to get a podium on the penultimate lap we go. Back to the front. Can Jacob just... Oh, a little bit of a wiggle there. One of those soft tyres are starting to already give in on him. But like I said, the guys in the medium tyres who went to softs I don't think would be too happy. The softs have not given them the initial pace they really expected. Slimbo, he loves this track. I think he would be wishing that this track was in round 9 when it was meant to, or round 8 when it was meant to be, to give him still. But this will put him in the top 10 of the championship. This result will also push Jacob right up there as well. Now they're not done yet. Frisky Biscuit on the verge of being disqualified, but this is not done yet. Can Jacob, who he knows he's not, even if he takes the lead, he's not going to win this race, but can he make Slim fight for it all the way? Simon is starting to catch him. Down the inside goes Jacob into Stowe corner. Slim round the outside. Great racing again. No contact. This is what you love to see in esports. They're about to start their final lap. What about Matt 2? There is Matt 2 around the outside of Stowe corner on Lennon. This is for 5th place, of course. We don't want that angle. That's the one we want. Down the inside into Vale. Matt 2 just cannot get the move down. Now get it inside for Club corner. He should have this done. Lennon nowhere to go. And Matt 2 is there into 5th place. And Lennon, I tell you what, he'll be enjoying this. And there's JB1. Can he nick a position as well? Well, he's gone for it down the inside. Backs out of it. Jamie is an old, experienced campaigner. I tell you what, BP's starting to catch him all as well. On to the last lap. Meanwhile, Jacob still can't get past Slim. Now, could Matt 2 ruin Jacob's podium chances? Now he's been released. I'll tell you what, Lennon is absolutely giving it everything. It's not to be that 5-second penalty is going to cost him a good ton of points, but he's having fun out there. He's having a great battle as well. Right, last time through this beautiful sequence of corners through Maggots and Beckett's we go. On to Hanger Straight and Jacob penalty, and that is going to ruin his podium chances. Jonathan Cox would be on the podium by just 1/10 of a second. Here goes Jacob down the inside. Yellow flags are waving. It's Lennon's off the road. They're still side by Slim penalty. Simon could be a big winner here. There's a bit of contact. Jacob's just blown his podium chances. The race winner is Slim. Simon crosses the line. He's in 2nd place. Now just Jacob hold on for the podium. Jonathan Cox has lost the podium in the final few corners. Matt 2 is champion. Zenith F1 Esports Season 1 champion is Matt 2. Fantastic season. Many congratulations. Well deserved. He has been a class above at times this season. Jamie 1 missed the podium by half a second. Unbelievable. Jacob finishes 5th in the end. Jonathan Cox 6th. That 3 seconds at the end cost Jonathan Cox a podium. That was through Stowe Corner. Lucas ends the drought. 8 races without a point. Lucas 7th. BP is 8th. Lennon, after all that, finishes 9th. And Crazy Power denies T. Sammy. No penalties for Crazy Power, and he denies T. Sammy by a 10th of a second. A frenetic finish to the race. Dan Murphy's in 12th. Matt finishes 13th. Frisky Biscuit 14th. Shumi Garcia in 15th. Whew. Well, penalties at the end ruined it for a lot of drivers, I think. What is that? Well, Slim, a welcome return. He's lost his championship to Matt 2, but he wins the race. I've just realised I'm not in a party chat, and I can't invite the drivers in for a chat. Let me just amend this quickly, folks. We don't want to see the podium celebrations. Great to see Matt 2 on the podium. I need to start a party and get the guys, and let's get the guys in. There's going to be a lot of happy drivers. I think even though Lennon didn't get the result he wanted, he would have loved. Absolutely brilliant. So let's get the guys in for a chat now. I think you'll just sing a blue screen, so bear with me. Jonathan Cox blew his chance of a podium last time out. Has blown it again in the final few corners. So if the guys want to join me for a chat, I'm now in a party chat. Let's get them all in. Jacob joining now. Let's try and get the rest in as well. There's Matt. Yeah, Matt's first finish. Let's get a word from Matt as well. Whew.
Stupid game.
Well, yeah, setup of course. Lucas fastest lap. Well, the accidents, to be fair, were miles off the racing line. Just forget the guys in the interviews now. 2 rounds to go after this, of course. We've got Mexico next week, which should be another absolute cracker. And, of course, Brazil. Matt 2 and Leronix came together at the start of the race, apparently. Matt 2 was pretty much in the wars. Let's start with Jacob. Well, you gave us an absolute fantastic, entertaining race, mate. Penalties denied you the win, denied you a podium, but overall, mate, how was that for you?
Yeah, it was good fun, and congrats to Slim and Matt. I didn't feel any contact in Beckett's. I thought I'd left a space on the inside, so I'll just have to review the footage afterwards, so apologies if I did not leave enough room. Yeah, it was a good race, and the setup was just too understeery though. I could see Slim pulling away in the last part of Beckett's and the what's it called? The Luffield corner.
Oh, Luffield, yeah.
Yeah, just after there, Slim was just able to rotate his car a little bit better and pull a few tenths ahead. And if I could have kept within a couple of tenths, maybe I could have, not have been under as much pressure. Sorry, if I can't get my words out.
Well, I'm not surprised. Just talk us through that incredible 3 wide into Cops, 3 wide into Luffield and Beckett's. No contact, unbelievably, but you must have had your heart in your mouth through those corners.
Yeah, well, I knew it was a risky move because I got about, I think it was about 60% ERS, and I thought, well, I'm using it on the straights, and Slim and Matt are staying ahead still, so I thought, right, I'm going to just deploy it where they're probably not expecting it. So I got a good exit out to Luffield, and then I thought, oh, I'll just use it all here, and yeah, managed to get past, and then Matt came around the outside again, and I wasn't expecting that because, I mean, he carried good speed through the corner, and yeah, my line was compromised into Cops, but yeah, you just cross your fingers and hope that you put a lot of trust in your drivers.
Even so, mate, it was great to see you back up there fighting, great to see you on pole as well, great lap, and hopefully, mate, you could end Mexico and Brazil on a high, buddy. Well done.
Yeah, definitely, thank you.
Right, let's get to our champion. First of all, Slim, and then we'll come to you, Slim. Matt, congratulations. You're the Zenith F1 Esports Season 1 champion, mate.
Thank you very much. Worked hard for it, so I'm happy that it's finally become reality.
And just talk. Well, you scraped third place at the end, but that was not straightforward by any means today.
No, it was just hectic. Probably the most hectic race I've had this season. It's just turn 2 with Lyronics. I'm not 100% sure what happened. I thought I left enough room, but I might have not left enough room. It's a bit.
I didn't. Unfortunately, I didn't catch it on the stream, so I'm not too sure what happened there. But even then, and then of course you went round in Maggots and Beckett's towards the end. What happened there?
Yeah, just before that with Corpse, I had a heart attack basically with Jacob making it 3 wide. I was like, okay, Slimo is trying it, and then I just thought like, okay, Slimo's down the inside, that's fine. All of a sudden I see another red arrow. I'm thinking, damn.
Yeah, you were in the middle.
And then somehow managed to hold it around the outside, and then the contact happened. I personally I don't even know quite what happened. Maybe I should have backed out. Probably should have thinking about the race and seeing how many penalties the guys around me had. But just in the heat of the moment, I really wanted to keep position, and that probably cost me.
And then you had a fantastic battle with Lennon and Jamie 1, which was quite unexpected with the pace you had in the early part of the races, but still looked a lot of fun.
Yeah, I had a slight bit of front wing, just light green on the left-hand side because of the contacts. And that made it a bit harder was battling Lennon, because I always knew he had the slight grip advantage and downforce advantage, so had to try extra hard.
But great fun, and Matt, you are champion. Your trophy is in the Netherlands. I know your trophy is going to be sitting nicely on your mantelpiece, mate. Congratulations. Matt 2 is your Season 1 champion, folks. I'm clapping. And our race winner, Slim. Finally, Slim. What's taken so long? Great feeling, great race. Again, great fighting out. It looked like a lot of fun.
Oh mate, you have no idea. It's been so long, and been closed on so many occasions, like France, but no, close but no cigar. This race, I thought, alright, I'm going to come second because Matthew didn't have any penalties. Then the crash happened between them, and I thought, I can actually win this. I've got a chance. Oh man, I'm so happy. I wanted to do it on the track. I did want to do it on the track. That's why
I said in commentary you would.
Yeah, I wanted to do it on track because I don't want to be handed it on penalties, but it didn't quite work out in the end. Final sector of the final lap, but fair play. That was some awesome racing, very close all the way through with Jacob, and man, that was awesome.
Yeah, I just wish it was for championship implications. Hopefully next season between all three of you, because that would have been absolutely fantastic. The racing was spot on today again. Slim, I'm going to rush through you, so I've got a lot of people in here, so let's get through. Slim, congratulations. Hopefully Mexico and Brazil, you can end on a high. Let's see who have I got in here then. So let's Simon. So two podiums in a row, and yet again you've got a podium by just keeping your nose clean. It looked, for you compared to everyone else, quite an uneventful race. Were you quite surprised to see yourself on the podium after all that?
And just I reboot myself, and I went back to the race and I said to myself, I am taking this podium because I'm really disappointed in myself.
Well, it's a brilliant podium, 2 in a row. Simon, many congratulations. You've been a great addition so far, and hopefully we're going to see more of this at the start of next season, mate. Well done.
Thanks, mate.
Let's go to Jonathan Cox. Jonathan, you were 2 corners away from your first podium before you picked up another penalty. However, on the plus side, mate, yet again for the second race running, you were up there fighting for podiums.
Yeah, it's great to be fighting for podiums, but I'm gutted that I went wide slightly in the final corner and it gave me a penalty, but I was expecting not to get a podium tonight, but I'm happy to still be in the points, and I'm just focusing on next season now.
Absolutely, and you're finishing this season in great form, second in qualifying, just denied your first pole. Wow, you've missed out by inches tonight. You've just missed out on your first pole, just missed out on your first podium. Do you think Mexico and Brazil? How do you fancy your chances of finally getting on the steps?
Brazil potentially. Mexico, well, 50-50 about it.
Well, mate, it's great to see you fighting up there where you belong as well. It's been a tough season for you this season, but you're coming alive at the end and hopefully take momentum into next season as well. So, Jonathan, great to see you up there, mate. Congratulations. Who we have next? Come on, load up. Lennon. All right. Mate, you had a race. If it wasn't for that 5 seconds in the pit lane, you would have been genuinely fighting for a top 5 there. However, I know what you're like. You enjoy your racing, you enjoy your great battles, and you had some great battles out there today.
Yeah, first of all, with the 5 second, I didn't actually speed. I think it's 37 miles per hour, and it come up 37 miles per hour, but it still went red, which I didn't quite understand. So, I didn't speed, but I did, if that makes sense. But in the end, it didn't really matter because I spun at the end. But yeah, quite a few good battles out there. So I really enjoyed the one at the end with Matt. That was crazy, to be fair. Good move by him, he was all around the outside. He proper done me then. And then the switchback. But yeah, really enjoyed it, to be fair. Hard, but fair.
Really was. And I was about to bring up your battle with Matt. Although, you know, he is the champion-elect at the time, but it looks like you were giving it like you were fighting for a championship yourself. You were giving that man no room whatsoever.
Oh, yeah.
In a good way, by the way. In a fair way.
Oh, yeah. Like, I'll try and give respect where I can, but you could be fighting for the championship, or you could be just hanging around the back. I'm still going to fight you the same. And I thought, before he's champion, technically, I thought I'd give him a little hard battle. Might not get the chance again.
Well, absolutely. You've got to take your own chance. And the spin at the end, we missed it on camera, but what happened?
I just caught the curb a bit. The second part of Maggots and Beckett's, I just went over the curb a bit too hard and just sent me. The back end just went, and I was never going to catch it. It was like it just spat me out. Well,
still, it's points. It's a nice way to, you're ending the season in great form as well, I've got to say. And in Japan, you're unlucky as well. So, Lennon, well done, mate. And again, great to see you up there challenging the big boys at the front. It was great to see, mate.
Cheers, pal.
Right, let's go to Matt, Bilton Matt. Matt, your first finish, and you're ruining a mistake.
I just didn't load it at the beginning, but I think the standard setup worked well for me.
Well, to be fair, it gave you it looked like a good balanced car.
Yeah, it felt really good. I was holding out for a safety car with about 10 laps
Yeah,
to
I
go.
thought so.
It just never happened. So, and I've got to take the risks to get in the points, the top end of the points. So I thought it was worth it, and it just never happened. So, but I really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed it.
It was you know, you were on the podium for a while. You know, it's nice to have your name
about 12 seconds
up there in the lights while you're getting chased down by Matt and Co. And you, to be fair, you gave him a good little battle as well. Matt too, Slim, and Jacob.
Yeah, like Lennon says, you've got to. You can't just move out the way from him. You've got to give him the respect, but you've got to also remember that when it's for position, give him as good as they get.
No, absolutely. Again, when you're up there, you've got to take that chance. And anything can happen at the same time.
I did want to check Slim out, I must have.
The temptation was there. First finish, not too far off the points either. Actually, you weren't too far off Crazy Power in the end. Mexico and Brazil next. How are you fancying your chances? Can you get that first point before the season ends?
Brazil, no chance. Mexico, I'll give it a go. Brazil's not one of my tracks, but I'll be there.
Good stuff.
Like you say, you've got to give it a go. So.
No, absolutely. And last but very much not least, Frisky Biscuit. Now, mate, like, it looked like a tough. Qualifying looked good, but it looked like a tough evening out there for you today.
I mean, I'm one of the slow drivers in the league anyway, so I just take what I can get. But yeah, I just threw a lot of it away with penalties. Tried pushing harder than I could, and just cutting the corners a lot.
In the early stages of the race, you were nicely in there. You were just on. You were in that battle just for the last couple of point scoring positions. Was it in the end?
It felt disgusting. I hated the medium tyre. The softs weren't much better either, but they just didn't feel nice at all.
No, and in fact, I forgot to bring that point up. The softs didn't seem to give anyone the grip actually that people would have been hoping for. But looking forward, Mexico and then Brazil for yourself. You're going to be trying to add a couple more points at least to your points tally in those last races.
I'm aiming for the higher end of the non-points. If I can get points, then brilliant. I'll be over the moon. But Mexico isn't a great one. It's another penalty massacre.
It is. Yeah.
But Brazil, I didn't do too badly recently, earlier when the game first came out in the game, but who knows? We just take it, try and finish strong.
Exactly, and your qualifying is really coming along because again you were just half a second off the top in Q1, so it's coming together for you, mate. And it'd be great to see you in the points in the last couple of races, but it's a finish when many didn't, mate. So you've got to take that positive.
I'll take any finish. If I can finish the race against these guys, then I'm over the moon. And running low TC is getting more confidence in the car, mainly for me.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I've got you're on no traction control. Yeah, so yeah, finishing races is a massive boost, and Brazil's not too bad with OTC. Mexico can be a bit tricky, but it's a finish, and you can't ask much more than that when many haven't. That's it, guys. That is it. 2 rounds to go. Matt 2 is Matt 2 still here?
Yep.
Matt, you are the champion tonight. Any final words to take us out with, mate?
I'd just like to thank the other guys in the league that have pushed me like they did, like Granty Boy and Gior and all, like so many other guys, just made me perform at the level that I did. I don't think I would have been as good as I am right now without them. So
good man,
yeah, big thanks to them, and yeah, congrats to Slim on the win. I should not have jinxed it by saying when was the last time an LR driver won the race.
I was going to find that in chat.
But yeah, congrats to him, and yeah, thank you everyone that's participated in the league this season.
Awesome. Great words from the new champion and the first one in Zenith F1 Esports. There are still 2 rounds to go, Mexico and Brazil. And although the championship is wrapped up, there is still plenty to play for behind. A lot of drivers who still have eyes on their first podiums and first points as well. Thank you for watching, guys. Same time, same place next week, of course, in Mexico. Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon.